Hello everybody, Aaron the Nintendrovert here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be beginning a new playthrough series, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. A lot of people say that this is the best 2D platformer ever made. I don't know if I would go quite that far, but it is a darn good one. It's definitely one of the best 2D platformers. But we're just going to hop right into it. We're going to start a brand new file here. Let me turn my TV audio down so it doesn't get picked up on the microphone here. But yeah, we're just gonna hop right into it, and okay. We'll probably play to 100%, which requires us to collect all of the Kong letters in every level. So you got, K-O-N-G for Donkey Kong. So there's the four letters you got to find in each level. There's also puzzle pieces hidden throughout each level, and if you get all of them in that level, you unlock a piece of concept art. But they're not required for 100% completion, though. We got this lovely pre-rendered cutscene here, which I think still looks super good. This game came out back on the Wii U originally in 2014, and I think this opening in particular really still holds up. Now, granted, this isn't running in-engine, it's a pre-rendered cutscene and everything, but still, this looks Pixar quality, man. Like, this could be in cinemas, I feel like. Just looks super good. I don't know how much of their budget went into this, but and the game itself, even if it doesn't have quite the same graphical fidelity as this, it still looks really, really good as well, as we'll see shortly. But yeah, I wish all Nintendo games had this level of production value. This just looks so good, like all the individual fur that's rendered and everything just looks so good. But yeah, the plot of this game, you got these Viking animals here. I believe they're called the Snowmads, and yeah, they freeze over Donkey Kong's island and everything. I love the music that kicks in here. Music's composed by the very talented David Wise, who did all of the Donkey Kong Country music back in the day on the Super Nintendo. So it was awesome that they were to bring him back for this. 20 years later, I guess it would have been. But yeah, this game came out on the Wii U in 2014. But as we all know, the Wii U was a colossal failure, so they ported this game over to the Switch in 2018. I think the music's going to kick in again. It's so good. It touches my soul. I love it. The visual effect. Oh, it's so good. That water. So they made the Mario movie. Like, can we get a Donkey Kong movie next, please, Nintendo? That would be great. But yes, we'll hop into the first level here. But yeah, that music's composed by David Wise. One of the best video game composers in the industry. Probably my favorite is Yoko Shimomura, which is actually a woman. She does the music in the Mario and Luigi games, as well as in Kingdom Hearts, and she does some of the music in Xenoblade. I think she even did some of the Street Fighter music. But there's a little Easter egg if we go back in here, if we do a little ground pound. Yeah, you got these monitors here that have Donkey Kong Country Returns on them, which was the Donkey Kong game before this one, which came out on the Wii in 2010. It was ported over on the 3DS a few years later. Yeah, I'm hoping, well, not hoping, I don't know what I'm saying there. I'm looking forward to, that game is actually, in the most recent Nintendo Direct back in June, they announced that Donkey Kong Country Returns would be coming to the Switch, so I'm really looking forward to that. We'll probably play that on this channel as well whenever that game comes out. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't go so far as to say this is my favorite 2D platformer ever. But a lot of people do say that, and for good reason. There's a lot to love about this game. One thing that people constantly praise is, how everything, like all the platforms, make contextual sense in the environment. So, like if we were playing a Mario game, for example, these would just be floating platforms here, right? It wouldn't really make sense in the environment. But here they're actually, we're on the tops of these trees. You can see the roots coming out from the ground and everything. And the whole game is like that. There's no, like obstacle or platform or anything that you interact with that doesn't kind of make sense within the context of the world, if that makes sense. But yeah, kind of like the bananas in Mario games, like the coins in Mario games. We collect 100 bananas and we get an extra life. And yeah, so we are, like I said, I've been picking up some puzzle pieces as we go. There's one right there. We'll try to get as many of those as we can, but it's not required for 100% to get all those. It just unlocks some cool concept art. We've got a mechanic very similar to Super Mario Bros. 2, where you would pluck like the vegetables out of the ground. We can kind of do something pretty similar here. I got a winged banana. Is it like sentient? Is it alive? And then the checkpoint is represented by this pig with like Harry Potter looking glasses. I don't know what that's about. I imagine he has a name, but I don't know what it is. Here's one that's a very easy to miss puzzle piece here. We gotta break through that. You can just barely tell where it's kind of dented in a little bit. Here we got our barrel we can throw to get our buddy Diddy Kong out, and he has a jetpack in this game. He also had this in Donkey Kong Country Returns, and just lets us hover in the air for a couple seconds here. Let's hop up here, grab another puzzle piece. We got 5 out of 9. Kill this weird looking grasshopper dude, whatever his deal is. I got this like a dodo flamingo sort of thing. I don't know. Yeah, this game, they incorporated, underwater swimming into the levels, which was a thing back in the old Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo. But in Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii, it would be you would just die if you fell in the water. But like I said, we do have to collect all of the Kong letters here. Then we can also get these banana coins or banana tokens. I'm not 100% sure what those are called. I think it's just banana coins. But we want to collect a bunch of those in order to purchase things from Funky Kong's shop. But yeah, we got this essentially this bowl move. If we have a partner like Diddy Kong here on our back, we can just kind of roll forever, just bowl over enemies and stuff. So that's kind of our 2 primary attacks. We got the bowl move or the roll, and then we've got we can just kind of jump on them. Let's see. Get the puzzle piece. Can we get the coin here as well? Nope. Oh well. Coins aren't, as important. There's not like a certain amount in every level to collect or anything. The balloons also give us a 1-up, so that's basically like a, green mushroom in Mario. Something they really emphasized in this game was just kind of the dynamic camera angles to make it look all 3D when you're shooting out of the barrels and stuff. There's our little pig friend again, Harry Porker. But yeah, and in this game there's just a lot of stuff going on in the background. You can see some Viking ships back there. Got these little penguin guys. It's kind of hunched over. I don't know what's up with their posture there. Can we get up on this, please? Ow. Not exactly what I wanted to happen, but that's all right. See what we can find here. Break open all these crates. And we do have some other partners in this game besides just Diddy Kong. I guess he's the only one we're going to get in this level, apparently. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them. I thought you were just the one guy. Apparently they come from a family of, is it pentuplets? Is that what you would call, like 5? I think we need to grab all these without them falling, and then we get a puzzle piece. Yeah. Thank you. Wait, why do they have a sign in the background that's like no ties? It's got DK's tie crossed out. Instead of no shoes, no shirt, no service, is it just ties, no service? But then why did they serve it? I don't know. In the words of Mrs. Puff from our Battle for Bikini Bottom playthrough, don't ask questions you aren't prepared to hear the answers to. Oh, we got a big old walrus guy. Here we got a target. We need to throw something at it. I believe this guy, if we step on him, we should be able to flip him over on his back. We can pick him up and just chuck him right at it. We got our Kong. Did I go up here? Okay, no, yeah. Let's go over here. Do a little bonus challenge here. Try to get all of the bananas before time runs out, and then we will get another puzzle piece. But yeah, we've not had a Donkey Kong game since this one, which is kind of crazy to think about because this game, again, it came out in 2014. This game is 10 years old, and we've not had a Donkey Kong game since then. And like the original Donkey Kong game in the arcades was like pretty much Nintendo's first game ever, more or less. At least the first one that took off, you know, and in any sort of significant way. We can also fill a meter here, and yeah, they're kind of telling us down here if we press L and R when we fill up the banana meter to do a special move that just kind of wipes out all the enemies on screen. And depending on which partner character we have with us, we get something different. So in this case, with Diddy Kong, we get 1-ups. But I always forget about that move. I don't tend to use it very often, so we'll see on this playthrough if I, think to use it more often. Have we? We're missing a puzzle piece. We got 8 out of 9. 8, 9. That's my birthday, August 9th. Okay, it might still be on up ahead here. And this thing here signifies the end of the level. But I think, yeah, if we go to the right here, we should be able to find our last piece. There we go. 9 out of 9. And we want to time this roulette here. We want to stop it on the DK, and then we can just press the X or Y button a bunch of times, and we get a bunch of something. So we mashed it 15 times, so we got 15 1-ups in this case. It'll be kind of random what we get, whether it's 15 bananas or 15 banana bunches or 15 banana coins, but in this case we got 15 1-ups, so we'll take that. Lost Mangroves. So we already have 32 lives after the first level. Oh, this classic Donkey Kong Country map music. It's kind of the same as like the first Donkey Kong Country game back on the Super Nintendo. But now we'll go on to the second level here, Shipwreck Shore. And I believe this one has a secret exit, if I'm not mistaken here. I like the silhouette in the background here. We'll be getting to some levels later on where it's like you actually are playing in like a silhouette like that. Here we go, our next level. We got some dead fish. It's even got the X's crossed out in their eyes. Let me let's see. Let me turn my phone down real quick. Okay. Okay, we got a melon bomb here. And then this is a mechanic that was also in Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii, where you can kind of stick to the walls and ceilings there just by grabbing hold of the grass. But yeah, like I said, Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii, it's going to be coming over to the Switch early next year, sometime in January. I don't remember the exact release date, but I am looking forward to that. I would say that I probably do like that game, maybe just a little bit better than this one. I think Tropical Freeze has higher highs, but it also has lower lows for sure. There's certain levels in Tropical Freeze where I'm just like, this level. But there's a lot of them that's just like phenomenal as well. Whereas in Donkey Kong Country Returns, it's kind of more consistent, where they're all pretty good. There's none where I'm just like, I don't really care for that level, but there's also maybe not as many that are, I get over the moon excited about. So now we have Dixie Kong, and she is the most overpowered of our partners. She's pretty much the only character you ever need or want to use. So, Diddy Kong, he had that jetpack that would give us a little bit of extra airtime. Dixie can do the same thing where she grants us extra airtime, but she also gives us a little extra oomph in our jump. It's essentially almost like we get a double jump with her. So yeah, she is far and away the best character. You can get a lot more airtime out of her than you can with Diddy Kong. But let's go back up here and get this first letter here, K. This episode is brought to you by the letter K. Alright, got another little bonus section here. Gotta try to grab all the bananas before time runs out once again. One thing that's a little bit lame is that so every level has these little bonus rooms to clear, but they repeat the same ones a lot of the time. There's only maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 6 different ones or something like that, we'll say. See, I keep seeing the same bonus rooms over and over and over again, which is a little eh. But that's kind of one of the few nitpicks with this game. This game does have a fantastic musical score, in part because the music in this game is better than Donkey Kong Country Returns, because for one thing they didn't get David Wise on that game. I guess he was busy with other projects, but they did get him for this one. I was a little disappointed when they announced that they were putting Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Switch, that they weren't going to go back over and redo the music. One thing we can do if we've got someone riding on our backs, we can do this kind of bowling move. We can also skim the water like a rock, so that's kind of cute. But then of course we got bit by the shark there. Very cartoonish looking shark with big derpy teeth. Kind of reminds me of this is a very niche show. This is a deep cut. I don't know if anyone's gonna know this reference, but there was this show on Cartoon Network back in like 2006, 2007 called My Gym Partner's a Monkey, and there was a bully on that show who was a shark. His name was like Bull Sharkowski, I think. And I don't know, those sharks kind of remind me of him. He had these just big goofy looking teeth, and he also like wore braces. And I think he had almost kind of like headphones, but they were like, they had water in them, and they were like covering his gills so he could breathe while on land. And he would always just do this thing where he'd just be like almost like he's like suffocating or something, or like having a asthma attack. I don't know, it was kind of weird, but it was a pretty good show. You never really hear anybody talk about it. I don't think it's on like HBO Max or anything. I think it's on I think like it and Camp Lazlo, for whatever reason, they're both on this separate streaming service called Boomerang. That's like $5 that I'm kind of surprised they've not shut down yet, because I don't really know of anybody who has an active Boomerang subscription. But most of the Cartoon Network shows are on HBO Max, so it's just kind of odd that they've got them split up like that. And the way that you can swim underwater also kind of varies based on which partner that you have. So like for Dixie Kong, we can hold down the B button, and she kind of does this continuous jet forward, which is also kind of better than any of the other characters. So yeah, Dixie just kind of OP in this game. Got a lot of holes in the background. I feel like this might make somebody's what's that phobia called? That's like the fear of small clusters of holes. It's like tricho something another phobia. I don't know. Whatever it's called. I feel like this might be a little triggering for some people. Oh, and something I should point out, we do have a water meter. It's kind of subtle there, but if you look next to Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong's icon on the top left corner, between that and our hearts, yeah, it was blue, and now it's flashing red as we get low on air. It's kind of like classic Sonic fashion. We have to get bubbles, some air bubbles, to replenish our air supply. That wasn't really a thing in the old Donkey Kong Country games, and I don't know that I really like that addition very much. Because it just kind of adds extra stress to water levels, when a lot of people don't really like water levels to begin with. So you just kind of want to make them as unintrusive to the gameplay as possible, I feel like. But yeah, this level, I think it's maybe right in here, is our secret exit. So we will have to play this level twice. We'll beat it with the secret exit here and unlock. Let me see. We got one more Kong later. Let's just beat it the normal way first, because the Kong letters, you do have to get all 4 of them in one go. So even if we only miss the G, if we come back and replay this level, we still got to get the KO and the N again. So we got to get them all at once. That's not the case for the puzzle pieces, though. It's weird. I don't know why it works that way. Why it saves the puzzle pieces, but not the Kong letters if you miss some of them. But yeah, so we'll just get the regular exit here, and then we will come back through and get the secret exit. But I think we got everything that we needed to get in this level. I believe we got all the puzzle pieces, got all the Kong letters. Okay, we missed that. Yeah, that one's a little bit harder to time, where we had to propel ourselves up there. Kind of had to plan it in advance. It didn't quite pull it off. But yeah, we'll hop back into this one real quick. We'll try our best to just speed run through it and get the other exit here. And we've also unlocked Funky's Flying By, but I don't think we really need to go there. So we'll just hop back into this level real quick. Load times aren't too bad on this game. They were a lot worse on the Wii U, but the Switch is at least a little bit more powerful than the Wii U. Maybe not extremely more powerful, but there's definitely a lot of games that do run better on the Switch than they did on the Wii U. Also at a higher resolution. Like I think this game might have just been like 720p back on the. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to speed run. What am I doing? Ow. But yeah, this game I think was 720p back on the Wii U, so not quite as clear of an image. But then now on Switch it's 1080. I'm hoping that the next Nintendo system, the Switch 2 or whatever they end up calling it, will be well, first of all, that it'll be fully backwards compatible. If it's not that, there will be riots in the streets, because like how can it not be? Because the Switch just has such an amazing library of games, and it was kind of annoying that for those 5 of us people who owned a Wii U, that we had to kind of, if we wanted those same games on Switch, we had to buy them all over again at full price. So hopefully all that'll transfer over to the next system, no problem. 'Cause it was kind of understandable on the from the Wii U to Switch, because that console. That was just a home console. It wasn't a handheld hybrid or anything, so it used discs as opposed to the cartridges that the Switch uses. So it kind of makes sense that you couldn't just easily transfer that over. But yeah, there's really not an excuse. Here's our secret exit. There's really not an excuse for their next system, because I'm sure it's probably gonna be cartridge based again. If it is a handheld console hybrid we got on. But yeah, what I was gonna say though is, just like they were able to upscale this game to 1080p, it would be great if if the next Nintendo system, if it's 4K, if you could just automatically upscale your games from 1080 to 4K. I think there's been rumors that it's going to take advantage of some kind of like AI upscaling technology that I guess NVIDIA has, who does like the provides the chips for the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, but we'll do this secret level here, and this one is it's nighttime. I think we saw a shooting star there a minute ago. I don't know if another one will pass or not, yeah, we'll go through here. This one was it Zipline Shrine? I think might have been the name of it. And this is a pretty fun mechanic that this game has, where you can grab hold of these zip lines and kind of go down. It's almost like this game's take on like there's a lot of games like Sonic, that'll have like grind rail sections where you're like on top of this grind rail and you're grinding on it. Yeah, this game kind of takes its own spin on that, where instead you're kind of hanging from below, but it's still in a lot of ways the same basic concept. Let's grab that token real quick. Yeah, so we just hold down the ZL or ZR button and we can just go swinging. But I think there was a secret back here, so let's go look and see real quick. Let's grab these nanners. Nannaroonies, get a 1-up. Got 43 lives. We're going to be maxed out in like no time. We about have 99 lives by the end of this first episode. Maybe not, but I don't know. It'll be close. Okay, I forgot we couldn't. Well, there's our first death. I didn't want to get too far ahead of that banana. I wanted to follow which trail. Okay. I'll check to see if we still had our stuff. But I forgot once we let go of that zip line, you're just kind of in a free fall. You can't really stop yourself, which kind of, I don't know. I don't really like that. That seems a little weird to me. Like, that's just kind of annoying. Like, why can't I, like, use Dixie's little propeller move there? Oh well. It is what it is. It's I probably don't even need to bother grabbing this again. I don't even know why I'm going for it. But anyway, yes, we got that. I was just making sure. I was paranoid there. This, I guess, just gives us, okay, just a heart that time. Okay, yeah, see, this is what I was trying to do. I was trying to hang behind because I didn't like how I was in front of it before. I didn't know if I was going to pass it up and then miss out on the bananas, but I think it would have been fine, so I died for nothing, really. And all it was just just one of those tokens, so, eh. Oh, well. I want to say these little, I don't know what this enemy's called, this kind of pink, almost mosquito-looking guy. I want to say those were in Donkey Kong Country 2, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not like super familiar with Donkey Kong Country 2. A lot of people say that it's the best of the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong games. You know, I grew up with the first one, so I kind of have a special place for that one. There's a shooting star. But yeah, I don't know the second one as well, but I'd be open to playing both of those on this channel at some point in time. So just let me know if you want to see me play the other Donkey Kong Country games. I'll even play Donkey Kong Country 3, which, you know, I don't know if anybody really cares for that one. You don't even play as, like, Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong in that. It's so weird, right? Because there's 3 Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo. Only in the first one do you play as Donkey Kong. You play as Diddy Kong in more Donkey Kong Country games than you do Donkey Kong. You play as Dixie Kong, the girl on her back right now, in more Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo than you do Donkey Kong. Because, yeah, in the first one you play as Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. The second one you had Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong, because DK's captured and you gotta rescue him. And then the third one, DK and Diddy both get captured, so you're Dixie Kong and Kiddy Kong, who is their, I guess like their cousin or something. He's like just this big baby. He's like the same size as Donkey Kong, but he's just really, he wears this like blue onesie that's like way too big on him. And so like it's, you know, he's got like this much extra room like in the feet part of it, like the footsie pajamas or whatever, and it's just, he looks stupid. Nobody likes Kiddy Kong. No offense, there's probably like one person out there who really likes Kiddy Kong, and I've just like ruined their day, and if you're that person, I'm very sorry. But everybody else, not a fan of it. So it's weird that this Kiddy Kong, who most people have probably never heard of, out of the 3 Donkey Kong Country games, he's playable in just as many as Donkey Kong himself, and that's one. But yeah, the first 2 Donkey Kong Country games on Super Nintendo are pretty unanimously loved, especially the second one. They were also pretty like graphically pretty revolutionary for the time, because they do the thing kind of like I think Mortal Kombat also did that back in the day, where, you know, even though the Super Nintendo was underpowered compared to the Sega Genesis, you know, at the time when this game came, or not this game, but when the original Donkey Kong Country came out, which I think was in like 1994, it just looked unlike anything anybody'd ever seen. Like, it was like so photorealistic, like, oh, we've never seen these graphics even on the Sega Genesis. Because what they would do is they would make these, you know, they would make these fully rendered like 3D models, which, you know, the Super Nintendo couldn't natively like support those, like, you know, just very like high polygon 3D renders, but they would take those and make them in like a computer or whatever, and then they would scan those and convert them into 2D sprites. So you had these very detailed looking sprites that looked as if they were 3D, and that's because originally they were, but then they translated them into 2D. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, it's almost like, if you imagine it, kind of just like, you know, they had this 3D image, and essentially almost like if they were to take a picture of it and then put that in the game, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the game kind of had really, really good graphics, but it's also, I guess you could say, kind of cheating a little bit. It'd be like, you know, if I made a video game and it's like, oh, look how detailed these graphics are, but I didn't really like model everything with all these detailed textures. I just like took a picture of myself and just juxtaposed that into the game, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's still, you know, either way, it deserves credit where credit's due for, you know, it was made by Rare, was the name of the company, Rareware, who have since been bought out. They were bought out by Microsoft back maybe around like the year 2000 or something like that. and now they do. I think they're the ones who made Sea of Thieves. But yeah, Rare used to make Banjo-Kazooie back in the day on the Nintendo 64 as well. They also did like GoldenEye 007. They did Battletoads, Perfect Dark. I'm blanking. They did a lot of stuff, a lot of very beloved titles at the time. Back in the 90s, were seen as like one of the best game developers out there. So it was really kind of surprising when Nintendo, didn't really, never really acquired them and kind of let Microsoft buy them out, But the more modern Donkey Kong games, at least this one and its predecessor, Donkey Kong Country Returns, were made by a company called Retro Studios, who is actually based in Texas, and I believe they're Nintendo's only American studio, as far as I know, or at least US-based studio. I think they have some in Canada. There's Next Level Games. I'm pretty sure they're in Canada, but as far as the United States, Retro Studios is their only one. So now we got Cranky Kong, and his thing is he's kind of like Scrooge McDuck in the old DuckTales game on the NES, or kind of like Shovel Knight or something. He's got this bounce. He can bounce on his cane like a pogo stick, and so with that you can bounce on spikes and everything. That's kind of his main thing. And when we're swimming underwater, he can kind of attack with it, so he just kind of swings his cane in front of him. But yeah, kind of same with Diddy Kong. He's not as useful as Dixie, so we won't be seeing a whole lot of Cranky. So he's just objectively not the best character. But we'll play as him for this one. This course is kind of his designated level here, and I believe this is also one that has a secret exit, so we'll have to play through this level twice as well, but we'll try to plow through it as quick as we can the second time around. Yeah, Retro Studios, so they made this game. They also made Metroid Prime, the Metroid Prime trilogy that's very beloved, and they're working right now on Metroid Prime 4, which just got its first trailer in the last Nintendo Direct back in June. But they've really not put out any other games. They did work on the Metroid Prime remaster, which came out early last year, but other than that, that's the only thing that Retro has done since this game came out back in 2014. So it had been almost 10 years before they'd put out a game. So it's really kind of everyone's kind of wondered. Nobody really knows what had been going on before they started working on Metroid Prime 4, but evidently the company's just had a long history of just being mismanaged, and people, employees who left over the years because they just felt like their employer just wasn't really listening to them, and that everything was just lacked structure, and just no cohesiveness to the way that things were run out there. Which is unfortunate, but hopefully by now they've gotten straightened out. But yeah, it's kind of surprised that Retro Studios hasn't gone out of business to go 10 years without releasing a game. But I guess Nintendo just kept funding them because they believed in them. Because they have put out some great games. Every game Retro has released has been released to massive critical acclaim. But yeah, there was a long period. Apparently they've had multiple canceled projects, which we may or may not ever find out what those were. But yeah, evidently they've had multiple projects that probably got pretty decently far in development and then just got scrapped due to, I guess, poor management or whatever. I don't know, but yeah. So hopefully we'll see more from them before long, and not just as far as Metroid Prime's concerned, because they're working on Prime 4, which is supposed to come out sometime next year. But hopefully we'll get something else from them before long. But yeah, here's our secret exit if we bounce up here, so we'll grab that one. There's this little Easter egg if we bang this little what do you call this thing? Like a phonograph, a record player, I guess. And it plays the old 1981 arcade music from the original Donkey Kong. Alright, that's enough of that. Yes, we'll go back through and play this level again real quick and get the regular exit now that we got the secret one here. Oh, I missed a puzzle piece somewhere. Oh well. Not the end of the world if we don't get all the puzzle pieces. It is nice if we can, but eh. But alright, let's hop back in here, get the regular exit now. Maybe we'll find that other puzzle piece along the way. We'll see. But yeah, we'll just keep going until we beat this this first world here, and then that's where we will probably, you know, call it quits once we open up a whole new world. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so let's just hurry through this, see if we can't find that puzzle piece that we missed. If not, it's not a huge deal though, because they're not required for 100%. Like I said, it's just concept art and stuff. But we'll get them if we can. But we might not necessarily go like out of our way to, but we definitely will be getting all the Kong letters because those are required for 100%. And they also unlock extra levels. If we get all of the Kong letters in a world, then we will unlock a extra hard temple level for that world. So we want to be sure to do that. What does Donkey Kong do with all these bananas? Is he like eating them as he grabs them? Because like I'm pretty sure his like, you know, I would imagine you can OD on potassium, right? I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I would think, you know, too much of anything's not a good thing here. And DK, the level of potassium that he's got in his bloodstream right now, if he's eating all these bananas, it's got to be a lethal amount. It's like 23,000% his daily recommended vitamins here. Maybe he's just putting them in his pocket, but then, well, DK doesn't really have pockets, so dear God, where's he putting them? Oh no. But anyway, I've lost my train of thought. I was just distracted by that disturbing image. Did I get this last time? This might be what I missed. I'm not sure. Let's grab these and find out. I feel like this could be it, but I could also be just wasting time here. Hey, it is the one we needed. Good deal. Alright, let's see. I kind of want to grab this G because that'll give us, oh, never mind, okay. I thought we missed the K. I was going to make a joke of like the Avatar movie if we just had the ONG, like the Last Airbender movie with M. Night Shyamalan that everybody hates. My name is Ong, and I'm the Avatar. 73, good lord. Jazz hands. Alright, next level. They see him rolling. They hate him. Alright, now we're gonna do Busted Bayou. Gonna fix ourselves some gumbo and jambalaya. That's a thing, right? That's a food that they eat in like Louisiana, right? Pretty sure that's what jambalaya is. Could be way off base. Okay, let's grab Dixie Kong here. But yeah, this is one of those silhouette levels that I was talking about here. And these were also in Donkey Kong Country Returns back on the Wii. Kind of set a precedent. There was a lot of 2D games that would follow that would do something similar. I know Shovel Knight, you know, had a level or two kind of like this, where it's all shadowy, and then Sonic Lost World, which came out maybe a year or something after this game, also did something like that. I think, or yeah, not this game, but after Donkey Kong Country Returns, I mean, came out a couple years after that. and it had kind of these shadowy, levels. Then more recently, Super Mario Brothers Wonder did it. I'm trying to think what other games have done that, but yeah, a lot of kind of copied that. Rayman Legends, and maybe also Rayman Origins. Yeah, Rayman Origins did too. Had some of these like silhouette levels. Rayman Legends is a great game. It's one I definitely want to play on this channel sooner rather than later. So we'll see. Oh, come on, grab the banana. It's just a heart. Oh well. If I only had a heart. Ow, I don't know why I just did that. I think somewhere on this level we might have passed it. We're not 100% sure exactly where it was at, but like I said, so they made, the team behind this game made the Metroid Prime games as well, and at some point in this level you can see Samus's ship somewhere in the background. I kind of think we might have passed it though. Samus being the protagonist from the Metroid games. Let's see. Oh, we almost missed a letter. It's a good thing I went back. Okay, let's grab this O real quick. Oh. At the end of every Jimmy Neutron episode, you'd hear the O. And then, hi, I'm Paul. And it'll be that three-eyed abomination. Yeah, I just wanted to run back real quick to see if we could find the Samus ship, but I might not be able to. I feel like we would have seen it by now, maybe. Maybe I should just cut my losses and turn around. We're like, I think, at the start of the level pretty much now. Oh well. Yeah, somewhere in the background is Samus's ship back there, stuck up in the trees or something. That's not it. That's just a plane. We start the game, crashing out of an airplane after we get blown away from our island. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep trucking. I'm still kind of paying attention to the background, but yeah, I don't want to waste too much time looking for Samus's ship here. Just another plane. I don't know what that was back there, but I don't think that's it. Maybe it is on up ahead. I don't know. That's gotta take some strength for Donkey Kong to lift the ground underneath him. Like, how do you even do that? Now here, if we, this is kind of an obscure one to find. If we make a star shape there, then we can get this other one, kind of an optical illusion there to give us a puzzle piece here. Woo! We got down here another puzzle piece. Nope, a 1-up. We'll take it. We don't really need that. Well, the barrels do also refill our health, so we'll stop it on Dixie Kong. So yeah, most of the barrels from this point onward, now that we've seen all the 3 different, playable Kongs that can ride on DK, most of them will be kind of a roulette that we can stop on whoever we want. So yeah, we're pretty much just going to stick with Dixie from this point on, because she is the most OP. Some smooth jazz here, like Donkey Kong's about to make love. Oh yeah. Baby. Oh, these bananas are on a time limit. Oh, dang it. Oh well, that would have been another puzzle piece, but oh well. Again, they're not required for 100%. I thought about purposefully dying so we could get another chance at it, but I kind of hate to do that when it's not required. Maybe I'll get it off camera or something when I'm not recording. Because it does give us a piece of concept art if we get all of them. Oh, we missed another one too, so maybe not. But it would be neat. I could show off the concept because some of it's really neat stuff, like some just completely scrapped ideas for levels that just like aren't in this game at all. Like for example, there's going to be one on the moon that you don't see in this game. Yeah, we can go to the extras and take a look here. Is it under images? Yeah, so we got some concept art here. Yeah, so far all of this here is mostly representative of the final game. But yeah, you definitely get some later on that's just like, that is not like anything that's in the game at all, which is cool to see. Probably in there because where it's got the Western influence, where this was made by an American studio. But most Nintendo games, they don't really have concept art and stuff like that. They're just not interested in you know, showing that off. So it just kind of gets locked away in an archive somewhere for nobody to ever see it. But now we're on, is this the minecart level, I think? I didn't pay too much attention to the name of it, but I think this is our first minecart level, which Donkey Kong Country games are very famous for having their minecart levels, and a lot of other games, you know, copied that since. There's our first puzzle piece. But yeah, I know like Kirby's done some like minecart levels. Very Donkey Kong-esque, and then I'm trying to think what other games. A lot of games have copied this sort of thing. It's just kind of like an auto, almost kind of like an auto runner in a way, where in this barrel you can just kind of jump and crouch and try not to die. Okay, well, we missed a puzzle piece. That's okay though. Had to bounce off those guys. It's kind of one where unless you know it's coming, I don't know how you would have gotten that there, because there's really not any forewarning that you're going to need to bounce off that guy. And it's been long enough since I played this game last that I didn't remember that, so. Bounced off those, though. Here we got that dynamic camera angle that they were so proud of when they made this game, which does look nice. But in the marketing, I remember they really put emphasis on like, oh, the 3D camera that just rotates around. And it's like, you know, yeah, it's nice, you know. But I feel like maybe you're overselling it just a little bit. Oh, well, and we're dead again. It's our second death. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. And now Dixie Kong's gone. Ow. Okay, we're not doing the greatest. Yeah, fun fact, there was a Donkey Kong Country animated series that was like early CG, kind of a little bit uncanny CG that came out. I don't know if it was maybe like the very late 90s or early 2000s. Maybe, I don't know if I had to take a guess, maybe like 1998 or 99 or something. Can we just fall here? Yeah, okay, we don't need to even bother jumping. But yeah, it's got like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and Cranky Kong and everybody in it. And growing up, I used to actually have on VHS, it was kind of a few episodes from the show that were put together as a movie called Donkey Kong Country, The Legend of the Crystal Coconut. Oh, we missed a lot there, but that's okay. Again, we just need to get the letters, and we missed one, so we're going to have to die. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country, The Legend of the Crystal Coconut was the name of the quote-unquote movie, which was just a few episodes from the show stuck together. And for years, I didn't realize that it was actually a full-on show. I just thought it was the standalone movie that I had on VHS. And personally, like a lot of people, you know, hated on that cartoon and would just like rag on it and like make memes about it. Some of it's probably nostalgia, where I did grow up with it. But I honestly still think that some aspects of that movie are pretty funny. I rewatched it a couple years ago, and like, it's kind of stupid, but it's genuinely kind of funny too, and not just in an ironic way. Like, there's some jokes that's like, okay, that's pretty good. Like, it has King K. Rool in it, and you know, some of the other characters from the original you know, trilogy. It's got Dixie Kong. But yeah, what made me even think of that cartoon is that Dixie, they have kind of a nickname for her that probably wasn't the greatest idea, so they, I won't say it, but they just call her, you know, DIX for short, which kind of, when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound right. I'm trying to keep this a family channel, so that's why I'm not saying it out loud, but Yeah, it's kind of, that's a little bit questionable. But yeah, we got all the Kong letters in this world, so that opens up this bonus level. So we're going to go up here and play it Swinger Flinger. Didn't realize that DK was a swinger. I guess him and Candy Kong just have a very open relationship. Polyamorous, you know, just do their own thing. Just swinger flingers. That's what they are. But yeah, this is our first temple level, which is kind of more difficult than the average level. They have a much steeper difficulty curve, and again, you only unlock these at the end of each world by getting all of the Kong letters in that world. So yeah, let's see how we do here. If we can get it first try, or if we die a few times. It's hard to say. I guess it all just kind of depends on how much muscle memory I still have, because I haven't played this game in a few years. I like the music that's playing, very evocative of the old Donkey Kong Country games. And see, this is where Dixie's little propeller move out really saves your bacon. No offense to that pig guy. So it just gives you extra air time, kind of gives you more time to think about what you need to do and plan your move, and you know, get the timing just right if it's something that requires you know, precise timing. If we get hit one more time though, we will lose Dixie, and that's going to make getting through the rest of this level a lot more challenging. Like if we lose Dixie, it may honestly be best to just purposefully kill ourselves, because it's going to be a lot harder to get through this without her. So hopefully we will not lose her. We've only got, yes, we've got the 4 hearts, but it uses up, like the 2 on the bottom are Dixie's. Yeah, okay, and now she's dead. So now we got to get through the rest of this just as Donkey Kong. So let's see how we do. We will just grab these here if we can. I think we're getting pretty close to the end, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Oh, gosh dang it. Those forbidden Doritos are always the death of me. Okay, we're dead. I thought if I just let go there, we might have enough momentum we could swing right onto that guy, but nope. So yeah, this game is definitely, you know, it's on the harder side as far as 3D platformers go. I've seen some people over-exaggerate a little and say that this game's like the Dark Souls of 3D platformers. I think that's a bit much, although I've not actually played Dark Souls for reference, but it can be a challenging game, but it's not like that hard. Something that is pretty tricky though, after you 100% complete this game, you can go back and do it again on hard mode, and for hard mode you only have, like, you just take one hit and you're dead, and each level has no checkpoints, so you've got to beat the whole level from beginning to end without getting hit once. And also get all the Kong letters if you want to 200% it. And I have done that. I've done that a few times before, actually. But it's a bit of a challenge. I'm not going to lie on that. Will we do hard mode on this channel? Maybe someday. Probably not anytime soon, though, because after I beat the game, I kind of just want to move on and you know, play through as many different series as possible. But you know, maybe in a year or 2 or 3 or something, if I'm still making videos, hopefully. Right now, this is just kind of a hobby thing. But if it sticks around, you know, I would like to go back and maybe try to. We're not going to bother getting all these now that we already got the puzzle piece. But go back and maybe do the hard mode on this game, as well as Kirby's Return to Dreamland, which we just recently beat. Because it's got a lot of extra like content, like a hard mode, and then like an epilogue mode. Okay, I don't know how we got that. Go, Donkey Kong, go. Oh, okay, I did not realize that was going to happen. Okay, well, out. Here we go again. So yeah, I don't remember these levels perfectly. So this is what our, like, how many times have we died on this one? Like 3 times. This is probably of the games we played on the channel, this and Crash 2, I think, have been the ones that I've died the most on. Pretty much every other playthrough, you could probably count on one hand the number of times that I actually died. I think in my Kirby playthrough, I died maybe like 4 times. I think we've already passed that here just in this first episode alone. Mario 64, I got through that game somehow without dying once. Wasn't really planning on doing that. I'm not sure if I've ever done that before or not. But yeah, this game's a little trickier, but I like that though. I like the added challenge in it, that it's not just like a complete cakewalk or anything. I almost got in too big of a hurry there. Are these like poison darts? I just noticed, so they're purple, but also when they're about to come out, there's like a purple essence that radiates out of them. Is that like toxins, you know? I don't know. Try not to get poked by these forbidden Doritos. They always foil us. They did in Cuphead and now in this game too. These very spiky Doritos. I remembered that falls. I think this is the end, right? Okay, yes. Thank goodness. We got to the end. Each time we get to the end, we get one of these wrapped presents, and that really confused me when like for years, it's just like, why do we get a present at the end? I don't understand that. But then if you remember at the start of the game, in the opening, it's like DK's birthday. He's like blowing out a banana cake or whatever, blowing out the candles on it. So yeah, I guess that's why. And I'm trying to think, like, I don't know what the significance of that was. We found a relic. Combine 7 mysterious relics to reveal the secrets beyond. Okay. So yeah, if we get all the relics, that opens up like a bonus world at the end of the game. But now we're on to our first boss. So we'll go ahead and take him on. But yeah, like, it wasn't an anniversary year for Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong came out in like 1981 was when the arcade game came out. Although I guess it would have been the 20th anniversary, I think, maybe of Donkey Kong Country, because I want to say that came out in maybe 1994, and so this game would have come out in 2014, so I guess like 20 years later, I think. So I guess it was an anniversary year for Donkey Kong, just not his, like, debut. Yeah, here's our first boss here, this seal guy. Not sure what his name is, if I'm being honest. The name of the level is called Big Top Bop, which is very fitting because the music on this fight is a bop. We'll have some like heavy metal, just shredding electric guitar going here. I wish I could hear the music better. I really can't where I've got my headphones on and I've got the game audio turned down. Got some like Christmas lights or something strung along the ceiling. All these little penguin guys watching in the background from their little, I guess the seats that they ripped out of their, the plane or whatever. Let's use her special move. I think hers turns them into extra hearts for us, where we can even go beyond the regular, like 4 hearts to where we can get up to 8 with her, because those yellow ones are extra hits that we can take. So yeah. Not that we really need it. I think we'd be able to beat this guy regardless, but now he's rolling. They see him rolling. He's a big seal. We're gonna harvest his blubber. We're gonna harvest his blubber. We're gonna harvest his blubber. Rolling the penguins. And these guys will just knock us out of the way if we hit the walrus dudes up here. I feel like a walrus should be more powerful than a seal. Why are these walrus guys so much smaller and the seal is just like huge? He's like, I guess, the boss of these guys. Like, I feel like it should be the other way around. I don't know. And they've got those tusks for extra damage, you know, just impale somebody with that. I feel like that really should be the boss here, you know? There's a sea urchin and a flounder. Makes you say holy mackerel. Makes you say holy mackerel. Makes you say... He's doing a handstand. He's a seal. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Oh. Everyone else is probably so annoyed with my antics, but I'm just vibing. It's entertaining to me. My dumb jokes are funny to me. Oh, here we go. Final hit. Just gotta beat the crap out of this guy. We sent him flying. The seal man. His face is bruised and dirty. His face is bruised and dirty. Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with that. No more. I had to be good. I wanted to do it again on that load screen, but I didn't do it. All right, yeah, we're done with the first world of the game, Mangrove Cove, and next time we'll be on what's the name of this world? Autumn Heights. So yeah, that's a wrap for this first episode. A little longer than I thought it would take us. It took us about an hour to get through that first world, so I guess that's maybe how long it's going to average here for each of these worlds, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This one's got some good levels in it. So be sure to stay tuned. Please consider giving a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel if you are interested. And yeah, stay tuned for Donkey Kong and a lot more other stuff in the future and things. Okay, thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.